But some good news for international college students, which I'm about to tell you about. Yesterday, the Trump administration agreed to rescind a directive that would have forced students on a student visa to leave the country if their college only offered online courses. With many universities already doing away with in-person lectures, that meant thousands of students would either have to transfer schools or leave the U.S. Now, with the directive rescinded, schools will instead follow ICE guidance that allows flexibility regarding student visas. And joining us now is Mark Papai, the Director of International Student Ministry for InterVarsity Christian Fellowship. Mark, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Well, your organization had organized a group of Christian ministries to sign a letter to forego this policy. So now that international students will be allowed to stay, what's your reaction?
Well, we're of course delighted that the ICE moved to rescind the rule. It's so important to us as those who are committed to international student and scholar success in the United States to have them be able to freely attend our universities. And so many universities have made online-only classes their option, and that would have prevented thousands of international students from being able to participate. So we are excited about the opportunities now that these students will have to both kind of gain an American education and learn about American life.
And I imagine the students themselves are pretty excited. And with the fall semester approaching, how will InterVarsity help these international students?
Well, it's so key to us and to the other organizations that signed the statement. I'm chair of an organization, a consortium of 15 ISM organizations that are faith-based, trying to reach out to international students. And so we're grateful that we'll be able to carry on with that in this fall. Now, we have to move, of course, to a lot more of digital spaces, social media platforms, ways that we have to be creative in engaging these students and scholars who are coming. And so but we are going to be building friendships with these students is what we're all about. And so we'll be doing those kind of creative things this fall when they arrive. And even now, we're maintaining contact with many of our international students as they're away over the summer.
Yeah, the friendship and the fellowship are so important for those who are really foreigners in our country. And online classes, I'm sure, can be challenging for any student. Do you think some international students will perhaps try to transfer to a campus offering in-person classes?
Well, it's possible, of course, and international students come from community colleges to all the way up to the top universities, and so there will be, in some of those instances, there may be a little more feasibility for them to make those kinds of transfers, but I doubt most of them are going to want to do that. They've made a commitment to a college, and just like an American student, they're going to want to finish out where they started. So it's also difficult to apply and have to reorient your visa and so forth to study in a different institution. So I doubt that will happen very much.
Mark, and finally, does this policy apply to students hoping to travel here to the U.S. before the start of the semester, or does this only apply to those already in country?
No, it does apply. The rescinding of this does apply to incoming students as well. I would say that a challenge is that many U.S. embassies and consulates are closed, and obtaining a student visa has been very difficult for new students. But we sure hope that they're able to come and get their visas, because it's so important for them both as internationals to come here, but for us in America to be influenced by these global voices. They are some of the best people in the world, and we have a great opportunity to gain from them as well as give to them.
All right, Mark Papai, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate your insights.
Thank you for your time.